Just a reminder to vote in this week's Locals poll, where you decide what deck I take to Locals every single week. Without any further ado, I hope you enjoyed the video.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and for today we have our yearly analysis of how we did at Locals. This is something that I started from last year. I didn't actually make the video until earlier this year, but I decided to kind of make this a tradition. So we're going to be taking a look at how we did at Locals this year in the form with tier lists. We have wins, losses, and our placement in actual tournaments. So we have 3 different ways to look at it here. And I'm going to try to go a little quick this time. This is actually my second time having to record this because I forgot to turn the sound on the first time. So, yay me! But yeah, so obviously we're starting off with the number of wins here. So at the top with 4 wins, we have Gishki. This was an unofficial online surrogate for Locals. The shop was closed that week, and we ended up just going 4-0. Because, like, I won the first 2, and I was like, okay, I'll just go until we lose, I guess. But then when I got to the 4th one and we were still undefeated, I was like, okay, I guess we'll just cut it off there. And then 3 wins. These are the official tournament ones, or at least all 3 of these are. We have Evil Eye, Madolche, and Volcanic. They each got 3 wins. 2 wins, we have decks like Zark, Red Eyes, Blue Eyes, TG, Harpies, Goatee, Red Dragon Archfiend, Flame Swordsman, Super Heavy. And there actually is a mistake on this. The Shiranui and Battle Boxer right here in the 2 wins. Those are actually supposed to be down here in the 1 win category. I just noticed that, so forgive me for that error. But then 1 win, we've got Armed Dragon, Evil Swarm, Cybers, Utopia, Vendread, Raid Raptor, Post, Rage of the Abyss Battle Wasp, Gaia the Fierce Knight. And then, of course, what most of you are probably looking at is the 0 win category. Unfortunate. We've got Speedroid, Amorphage, Goatee the first time we took it, Necroz, Dragoonity, Buster Blader, Gem Knight, Shiranui the second time we took it, and Armed Dragon the second time we brought it. So that's just kind of an overview of the wins here. And I'm going to be using the same pictures for every section, so you don't have to worry about, be like, wait, what's that? So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the next section. Okay, so this is the second section, being the losses. So if you'll notice, some of these are in way different places compared to where they were on the last one. Like, say, for example, Speedroids. They only have 1 loss, but they had 0 wins. That's because there was no official tournament that day. We only played 1 casual match before we just kind of hung out for a little bit and then eventually went home. So that's kind of why I do this, because it can really vary just depending on the circumstances. So let's go ahead and get into it. 0 losses. We got things like Evil Swarm, Red Eyes, Super Heavy, Gishki, Adagnister, Volcanic, Flame Swordsman, Appliancer, Madolche, Ignite, all that good stuff. All this stuff here on this top one. Some of them were in official tournaments. Some of them were just casual matches that we played. That's actually what the next section is going to be, being the actual tournament results. So it might make a little more sense there. Getting into 1 loss, Speedroid, Zark, Blue Eyes, TG, Cypher, Raid Raptor, Dragoonity, Necroz, RDA, Gem Knight, Goatee, all that good stuff. 2 losses, we've got the first build of Armed Dragon, so pre-Infinite Forbidden, I believe it was, when they got that new little level 3 monster. I used to run the Ritual monster, but now that we have that, I cut the Ritual package out. We also have Shiranui, Battle Boxer, Valkyrie, Necroz, Utopia, and then in the 3 loss category, which was very unfortunate. We have Amorphage and Cybers. So for Amorphage, this was actually an official tournament. We literally went 0-3. I was very, very disappointed with how it went. And it's not even because I was expecting to win. I was just expecting to at least take one match. Because some of the stuff we had beat in our online practice games that I can just kind of remember from that, I was hyped up. I was like, oh man, we beat good stuff like Hero, and I think we might have even beat Tenpai with it one time. Or it was something that was really good, something meta relevant at the time, and we beat them. So I was really excited, and I got absolutely trashed. But oh well, it happens. Cybers, we went 1 win, 3 losses in a tournament. We lost the first 2 rounds, and it just didn't come together. I just wasn't really able to do what I was wanting to do. I think I got nibbed one time I think it was round 2, so that, obviously that hurts a lot. On the round that we did win, though, we just absolutely demolished the opponent. So when it comes together really good. But yeah. So this is how it looks for the losses. Again, really different placement on some of them. Some of them can be on the opposite end, just kind of depending on what the parameter is. So let's look at probably what all of you are waiting for, which is the official placement. And here we are, the official placement tier list for 2024. So probably the first thing that you're noticing is that there's one tier in particular that is significantly more full than the others. And it is unfortunate because for a lot of this year, we actually ended up not having an official tournament. The last time we had an official tournament at the shop was October. And of course, there were days where we didn't have an official tournament before then, but we literally haven't had one since mid-October. So that's really unfortunate. We just haven't had enough people there at one time to do a tournament. Between, people focusing on things like in college or extracurricular activities, or they have work, things like that. So it's unfortunate. It really is. I really like going into the local tournaments, friendly banter and all that. And you can get in casual matches too, but it's just not quite the same. And I think anyone that has gone to a locals before will know what I mean. But yeah, so hopefully 2025 we'll have more tournaments. But yeah, let's get into it. So for first place, we got Evil Eye, Madolche, and Volcanic. Evil Eye and Madolche were both in person. And then Volcanic was actually online. For the online one, it was when we had some really bad weather. I think it was around the time the hurricane was coming through. And the shop owner closed it due to the weather. But we were all at home, so we all hopped on Discord and had a online tournament in Dueling Nexus, and I came out on top. It was really fun. Second place, we have Zark. It's kind of funny, though, because Zark's just there by himself. Poor Zark. Third place, we've got Cypher, pre-Rage of the Abyss Battle Wasp, which is really funny, but I'll get into that in a minute. Red Dragon Archfiend, and Goatee. So for pre-Rage of the Abyss Battle Wasp, we lost round 1. Round 2 was a bye. And then round 3, we won. So that's how we got third. If we had an actual opponent for round 2, we probably would not have won. Let's just be honest. It was pre-Rage of the Abyss Battle Wasp. Come on. As much as I love Battle Wasp. The new support in Rage of the Abyss is really, really good. But before that, I was kind of nervous. I was like, I don't know about this. But then, as I already said, RDA and Goatee. Goatee was the last tournament that we had. It was sometime in October. I want to think mid-October. So we did end up topping the last tournament of the year, so that was really nice. Fourth place, we have the first time we brought Armed Dragon with the Ritual back at the very beginning of the year. It was the first tournament of the year. We got top 4, so way to start off the year. That was really, really nice. Blue Eyes, TG, which was a very pleasant surprise. I was really expecting to not do very well with TG just because it is kind of sensitive to hand traps, but we were actually able to get top 4 with it. We only lost 1, so it was really nice. And then for ones that didn't top, Shiranui, Battle and Boxer, which is really unfortunate. I feel like we had the potential to. If I played things a little differently, I think we could have. Amorphage, the first time we brought Goatee, Valkyrie, Necros, Lunalight, Cybers, and then Utopia. Still very sad about Utopia. So it was round 2, okay? Sorry, my dog is being a little grouchy. But for Utopia, it was round 2. It was against someone playing Speedroids. I specifically remember. Game 1, I trashed him. Game 2, we had some good back and forth. He ended up coming out on top. So good for him. Game 3, I opted to go first. I was like, okay, yeah, all I got to do is get Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray plus Twin Saber, and I win. I draw my opening hand. Astral Karibo, 3 rank up magics, and a trap card I couldn't use. Big sad. But it's okay. I've made the deck stronger since then, so I think the next time we take it, I think we can top with it. And then, of course, the one probably catching everyone's attention, the no tournament tier, which is unfortunately, well, I guess it's probably about half and half. I'll have to actually count the numbers later and maybe post it on the screen here during editing, but it's probably about half and half for no tournaments. But yeah, we're going to quickly go through all the ones that we didn't have a tournament for. So, deep breath. Speedroid, Evil Swarm, Adagnister, Red Eyes, Ignite, Appliancer, Heroic Challenger, Dragoonity, Harpy, Despot, Flame Swordsman, Vendread, Buster Blader, Dynamis, Gaia the Fierce Knight, Chimera Illusion, Gem Knight, Post, Rage of the Abyss, Battle Wasp, Cyber Dragon, Dual Avatar, Shiranui, Gishki, Raid Raptor, Super Heavy, and the second time we brought Armed Dragon. So, yeah, this is what it looks like for 2024. I'd say in terms of performance compared to last year, just based off what I can remember from last year's looking like, I'd say we did a little bit better. So that's always good. Always trying to improve. But yeah, this is probably going to be the last video of 2024. I'm trying to put most of my time and effort into preparing for a regional that I'm going to on January 5th. So that's going to be really fun. I'm bringing a rogue deck that I've been playing with for over a year now. Or I guess it's been about a year, I guess. Right at a year. But yeah. So wish me luck. Like, subscribe, vote in the locals poll, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time.